Hello guys, I have a new video out today. This video is basically going to be showing the 150cc Mushroom Cup beginner and expert go starters, and which I made an announcement in a previous video. So with the Nintendo Go starters, as you can see on him, you can think of it as like an unlockable time, or you can think of it as an intermediate go starter. So like it doesn't matter, just pretty much you can think of it like that. And also I can't publish these datas because I have to use secondary accounts to get both of them saved. Yeah, so we're gonna start with the beginning go starters, and and looking at them, we have I got a time of 2 minutes and 1 second and 786 milliseconds. I use Mario, standard kart with normal tires and super glider. My lap splits are 42.982 seconds, 39.339 seconds, and 39.465 seconds. With that out of the way, let's watch the thing. So beginner go starter, I did play worse than the Nintendo go starter for obvious reasons. So it may be a little bit an easy target, and I promise it will get much more interesting on the expert go starter. Also, I'm not using a capture card for this video because mainly due to I disconnected the capture card from the PC because I need to connect it to the TV and it was gonna and I didn't want to spend so much time trying to connect it. And also there is a spreadsheet with the times. Don't mind the 200cc times. I was originally going to be doing them together, but I decided the video was going to be too long, so I'm going to be doing all the 150cc times first. Then after I'll upload the 200cc videos for each cup. And there you have it. Now we're going to move on to the second course in the Mushroom Cup, water park. Again, this is also the beginner go starter. So I use Baby Luigi on the Ink Striker with the off-road wheels and the plane glider. I got a time of 2 minutes and 8 seconds and 886 milliseconds. My lap splits are 45.314 seconds, 42.479 seconds, and 41.043 seconds. And with that out of the way, let's view the ghost. I'm just gonna stop it about. Okay, never mind. And there you have it. Sorry about that. I wanted to avoid the part after thing because it doesn't let you like press A and get out. So I want to, yeah. But so that's why I just like paused it just before. So sorry about that. I'll time it better. But yeah, there you have it. That's my beginning South Coast time for water park. Now we're gonna move on to Sweet Sweet Canyon. So at Sweet Sweet Canyon, I used Baby Peach, and I used a standard quad on with the Cyber Slick wheels and the paraglider, and I got 2 minutes 15 seconds and 902 milliseconds. My lap splits off 49.187 seconds, 43.405 seconds, and 43.310 seconds. But either way, let's view the ghost. So in general, with the beginner and expert staff ghost, I spent, in terms of ratio-wise, I spent much more time on the expert staff ghost, and I mainly just got these beginner staff ghosts over and done with in like 1 or 2 attempts. Yeah, so this one, these beginner staff ghosts aren't really the interesting part, but I have to show, I'm showing them regardless. Also, with the beginner ones, I'm kind of using random vehicles, but with the expert staff ghosts, I am gonna be mainly using top tier vehicles. There are some exceptions, but I'll be using high tier vehicles, so I can get better times. And there you have it. So now let's move on to Swamp Ruins. So I use Donkey Kong with the Bounder, Ancient Tires, and Plane Glider. I got a time of 2 minutes and 17 seconds and 107 milliseconds. My lap splits are 49 seconds and 249 milliseconds, 43.609 seconds, and 44.249 seconds. And with that out of the way, let's watch our final beginner ghost starter for this video. Yeah. This is where I lost my time lap 3. I got squished by the swamp, and for whatever reason I decided I didn't want to reset. I decided this could be the beginner experience, and in Mario Kart Deluxe, getting squished by a swamp, you don't lose as much time as in other games like Mario Kart Wii, for example. And that's all the beginner Go Starters, so it's time to move on to the expert Go Starters. So with the expert Go Starter, although it wasn't like world record level, it was like, I did use advanced strats like fast cannon. I didn't use motion glider because it's pretty tedious to perform. But I did use stuff like fast glider, drifting into glider. I did fast cannon, and I did take turns tightly, and I ended up getting at least half decent times. So now let's just go and view the expert Go Starters, starting with Mario Kart Stadium. We have Mario on the standard bike with the normal tires and the super glider. I got a time of 1 minute and 46 seconds and 219 milliseconds. And my lap splits are 36.306 seconds, 35.092 seconds, and 34.821 seconds. And with that out of the way, let's get watching. So with this Go Starter, I did do the hop across the grass, but I did it a little differently. Instead of charging a mini turbo then doing a super mini turbo, I charged an ultra mini turbo and hopped across the grass. So, I did this because at the time when I was making it, I didn't know how to do it successfully. I also didn't do the ramp cuts by hopping onto it because I wasn't really good at that one. I did do the optional way for the pipe shortcut where I hit the wall and charge a super mini turbo after. And that's pretty much all there is to this Go Starter. I used it all 3 laps. And yeah, it's pretty much what I did for this Go Starter. I didn't do the grass skip on the second and third lap because, once again, I wasn't super confident with it, and it was a little risky, and I just wanted to be a little safe. I played a little more risky on the other Go Starters, but because it's the first course, I decided to just go a little bit easy. I didn't want to be too hard. Like, well, you know, like CDGP's extra Go Starters, like I've only been like 3 of them so far. I've been trying to beat CDP for like ages. So yeah, so CDP's in Mario Kart Wii. So this one I did take the pipe shortcut a little differently because I didn't have good alignment, and yeah, so yeah, I took the pipe shortcut differently because I didn't have good alignment. And without further ado, once this countdown's over, we can go to water park. Water park is an interesting course. I'll talk more about it once we get into the course. So for water park, I got a time of 1 minute and 51 seconds and 116 milliseconds. I used Baby Luigi on the Wild Wiggler, Crimson Slim Wheels, and the parachutes. I got lap splits of 38.381 seconds, 36.666 seconds, and 36.069 seconds. No, don't delete it. Sorry about that. I pressed the wrong button. But now without further ado, let's view the ghost. So, yeah, I used my mushroom at the start, like the advanced, like the world record does, and I kind of played similarly, but of course not as well. That was anyway my aim. But this I charged a mini turbo, and then, charged a super mini turbo, and another super mini turbo. Never mind, I was going for an ultra mini turbo. Here I didn't do the shortcut around the merry-go-round, and instead charged an ultra mini turbo, went for coins, and went off the ramp. On this lap I played a little differently. Lap 1 I didn't use my mushroom at the start of the lap, and instead I'll show you where I use my mushroom, but just taking a second coming up. So here, this is where I use my mushroom. I use it right before the gliding ramp, and I get a good drift off the gliding ramp, and I managed to get, yeah, a 36.666 second lap. Yeah, so overall I did, I'll give you a link to the channel where, the playlist where I found these tips on how to do these strats, because I think they'll be very useful to you guys as well, like if you want to improve your runs and make it easier, like when you're versing. If you think my datas are too hard, the video will also help you, like, win against the datas. Sorry for the misalignment, I'm just trying to, okay, I was too slow. I was trying to get out because now I have to wait for the countdown to end before I can, leave the thing. Now I'm gonna look at Sweet Sweet Canyon. This one's another interesting course. Probably Water Park and Sweet Sweet Canyon are probably the two most interesting expert datas. So, with this one, I got a time of 1 minute and 56 seconds and 703 milliseconds. My lap splits are 40.0080 seconds, 38.671 seconds, and 37.952 seconds. I used Baby Peach on the Bitty Buggy Bud with the Azure Rollers and the Peach Parasol. This is kind of similar to the world record usage, and I was lucky that I got a lightweight character where for example, the world record uses Baby Daisy on the Bitty Buggy with the Azure Rollers with the Paper Glider, so it's a pretty similar combination. I did have to go for super many times as I'm using a lightweight character so that it can be competitive. It can still compete with the heavyweight characters. For example, here I went for super mini turbo. Then here I went for an alternate turbo. Here I do use the fast cannon strats, where I hop before the cannon starts. You actually get your glider out faster, and you end up going to cannon speed once your glider comes out. So it ends up being faster. Another thing is that the pink path is actually fast, while the blue path is slightly faster. The pink path is easy to navigate and go along, which is why I do the pink path in laps 1 and 3, and I do the blue path in lap 2 to collect my last 2 coins. Lap 3 is pretty much the same as lap 1, where I did the pink, where I went through the pink path, and yeah, so let's just continue watching the rest of lap 3. And with that out of the way, that's the expert ghost starter for Sweet Canyon. Now we're gonna be looking at Swamp Ruins, which is our last ghost starter for this video. For the expert ghost starter, I got 1 minute 58 seconds and 129 milliseconds. My lap splits are 41.37 seconds, 38.531 seconds, and 38.211 seconds. I use Donkey Kong on the Streetle with the roller wheels and the paraglider. The other way, let's be the god data. Just readjusting. When I move a little back, maybe that'll be easier for you to see. First one, I did do the standard ramp shortcuts. And I went on this, the anti-gravity section for the first 6 coins. You might be wondering, why am I going on it? It is actually faster to get the 6 coins, and take the slower path, rather than, going on the faster lower path and not getting the coins. I did take this turn wide to finish off my coin counter quickly. I know it's not faster, but I don't know, I found it more convenient for me. Sorry about that, I just realized you can't see the timer. And also I have 1 mushroom left. I'm sorry, it's a little tricky to get you to see both. But it's in the water. When you hold back in the water, an interesting thing I found was... Sorry, I found was that, like, and also I know this on world record as well, is that when you hold, like, when you're drifting one way and you hold the other way, you actually move that way, surprisingly, when you're not on the ground in the water, and when you're underwater. Well, it's not the same case when you're in the air, though, normally. Something that surprised me that I only learned this after I made this ghost starter, but apparently the stairs can give you air pockets which can make you miss the trick, and surprisingly, even though I run the stairs, I never miss my trick. But I did miss my trick on the gliding ramp. And this is it. This is all the ghost starters for this video. Stay tuned for more ghost starters, such as the Flower Cup, which is the next cup on this list. Here is a sneak peek at Mario Circuit. And with that out of the way, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot. Also, you can like this video while you're at it. There's also a Discord for those who are interested. We talk about all things Nintendo, talk about gaming sales as well. And with that, there's nothing left to talk about. So thank you for watching. Bye.